Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 as Sardinia-Piedmont. In our last episode we took Johor over here from themselves, I guess. We just annexed them, which is pretty good. We are getting some good gold income from that, probably. And we have our troops, meanwhile, parked here in Zanzibar. We're just waiting for the port to finish building there so we can repair those ships and get our troops back home safely without them sinking halfway through the journey, which is not a great outcome. Spain is increasing relations with us, that's fine. We are building another brigade, that's fine. We have a lot of railroads on the way as well. Limited constitutionalism. The political reforms enforced in the past few years have led to a situation where the absolutism of our monarchy can now legitimately be called into question. No longer is the king free to dictate the course of the nation to his own musings, but instead has to accept several constitutional hems and restrictions to his exercise of power. For these reasons, our government form is no longer most accurately described as an absolute monarchy. We have Prussian constitutionalism, which means we are now getting elections. That is fine. We have thus far had the reactionaries in power, which is fine. We can build factories. They're pro-militancy, pro-military, rather. We're probably going to get a coalition of conservatives and reactionaries in power, if I had to guess. I think what we'll do is encourage conservatives. Maybe we'll just encourage reactionaries. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's going to help the coalition either way. We just don't want the liberals in power because they will enact laissez-faire and destroy our industry, most likely. We shouldn't have too much trouble keeping reactionaries or conservatives. Of course, we can still just appoint the party that we want to. So we'll go for moralism here. No, in fact, extended constitutionalism, the sweeping reforms of our party system that have been enacted during the past few years, have turned our country from an absolute monarchy to a constitutional monarchy. The monarch, now serving as a symbolic head of state, no longer has the power to personally control and determine the fate of the nation, but is instead forced to accept the mitigating influences of pluralism and limited democracy. So we're all the way to HM's government, which still leaves us with the ability to appoint the ruling party. Not exactly sure what the difference is between HM's government and Prussian constitutionalism in practice, but that's okay. We can build another brigade in Africa, so we'll do that. I think we'll go for residency here then. Let's set our capital as our rally point so that we don't have to manually merge our troops. And we'll go for state capitalism. Suppose we should set our rally point down here as well. And we have another war between Ethiopia and Egypt. Well, let's go for residency. I would have to imagine that Ethiopia is probably trying to take land back from Egypt. Yep. Probably Egypt is weakened by another war with the Ottomans. Okay, some small amount of extra prestige. Let's go for residency again. And we have a crisis in Thessalia. Okay, Russia is backing Greece and Belgium is backing the Ottomans. So that looks to be in Greece's favour at first inspection there, though UK is going in on Belgium's side, as is Germany. But France is going in on Russia's side, potentially. Okay, we want protectionism here. And we indeed got a coalition of conservative and reactionary parties, which is fine. Okay, Spain has gone in on Belgium's side. That makes a peaceful resolution less likely. And in fact, Germany is slightly more likely to go in on... Oh no, they are now slightly in favour of Belgium. Oh no, wait, that was Austria? Yeah, Germany is still leaning towards Belgium, it looks like. Okay, Austria has joined Russia's side. War between the USA and Mexico, okay. And we've had a humiliate Belgium goal added on the other side. So this could end up in a war. Which I would have to hope that we don't get called into, because unfortunately the one person that we really want to demand something from, i.e. Austria, is going to be on our side. Though I suppose in a war we're probably going to be relatively safe, since we have France to protect us on this side and Austria on this side. Though I think the most likely outcome is that we don't even get called in. Which is fine with me. So Germany has indeed joined Belgium's side, and it looks like this is escalating all the way to war. So this is going to be entertaining to watch, if nothing else. Okay, Russian aggression for Thessalia. It looks relatively balanced in terms of numbers on each side, slightly in favour of Germany and friends. And France hasn't called us in, which is kind of what I expected, and I am just fine with that. So we can recruit a brigade in Africa. That would be in Zanzibar, I believe. Which is fine, we'll do that. Holy Site disturbed, we will respect their beliefs. And sure, we'll just give access to people. Avoid annoying anybody. The Netherlands apparently conquered something. So I guess the ideal outcome here is that some of the lower grade powers, Spain and Belgium for example, get their asses handed to them in this war, lose a bunch of prestige, and we manage to get ahead of them, which is possible. Okay, extra population growth. Though they are winning by about 10% currently. You really have to favour the side that Germany is on, generally, in these big wars. It is hovering around 10% or so. Okay, prophylaxis against malaria will probably not let us actually colonize anything else just yet. But it is our first step in that direction. Looks like France is going to have a pretty bad time here fighting this war on 3 fronts. They have Germany coming in from here, the UK crossing the Channel, and Spain coming up from the south. Which is probably going to just sink this whole war for them. I suppose it depends what Russia can do over here in the east, which we can't really see, unfortunately. France is allied with Sweden. Looks like Russia and Germany are both completing some occupations over here. We'll see how it turns out later on, though. Model colony in the UK, okay. And we are just about to get realism, which increases our prestige gain and opens up some possible inventions to us, which still have some reasonable amount of prestige associated with them. I guess we can go for Impressionism immediately. If we get just 1 or 2 of those plus 15 prestige inventions, it should go a long way towards getting us up to great power status. So I think it's probably worth doing, and we'll probably then switch to concentrating on the inventions that are necessary for colonization. Since it's about time we started doing that, I think. Access from Russia, okay. And it looks like things might be turning slightly in Russia's favor in the east here. Oh, and it's over. So Thessalia has been acquired, Belgium has been humiliated, and France has acquired Wallonia. Wow, okay. Well, that did indeed result in Belgium being kicked down below us in the rankings. Gotten us up to 9th place. In fact, Belgium has been kicked pretty far down. Wow, okay, 24th. Well, that's good for us. Unfortunately, Spain didn't lose too much in the process. They're at a score of 104 compared to our... what are we at? 89. Okay. Still, 1 step closer to great power. I think it is about time we expanded this furniture factory. And they're not really in danger of filling up in the near future, but I think we'll just expand both of these as well, since we have the money to do it. And that was a naval base completing. Should mean we can actually repair our ships now. Big game hunting. We can have pops in Benin lose militancy and gain prestige for a year. Or we can have them gain militancy and we will gain 5 prestige immediately and also the monthly prestige. I think we'll take the 5 prestige, since that is going to be pretty useful to us probably. Okay, extra production for some Orgios. And let's see. So all of Italy is currently in either Austria's or France's sphere. I think we are probably allied with most of the French-sphered nations, other than two Sicilies who won't give us the time of day. So that is fine. So I think we could probably, well, assuming that we don't want to try to liberate Lombardia in the very near future, since France is going to be a little the worse for wear from that war, I think. Well, maybe they're doing okay. They did get beat up a bit. Yeah, I think we'll wait to do that a little bit later anyway, and probably look towards taking another conquest or two in Africa before that happens. I guess we could see about taking Nigeria from Sokoto, which could potentially be worth doing. Decent, but not amazing populations. Other than that, I guess we can take some states from Ethiopia. That would probably be the best in terms of sheer numbers of population. Unless we wanted to attack Egypt. Which we could do. And Sinai is pretty good. We could probably take Sinai and Middle Egypt, which is much worse for population. Actually, still not too bad. And there's a lot of cotton, which is probably nice to have. How big is your army, Egypt? 4 brigades? And you're allied with Nejd? Are you friendly with anybody? They're cordial with the UK, but they're not being actively influenced. I think we could definitely take Italy, or not Italy, Egypt. We have 11 ships. We can transport our troops up from here. Alright, I'm convinced. We'll start justifying a war right now. We can demand concession. Okay, detected relatively early, but 4.4 infamy is not too bad. We'll have time to drop a little bit before we actually declare the war as well. If we do add another war goal, we're going to end up with about 14. Which seems totally reasonable. So I think our decision to preemptively upgrade these is probably a good idea, since they are looking like they might actually fill up or get close to it before the upgrades are completed. We're not too far off 4% clergymen. Okay, we got faster CB generation. I think we want to put our naval spending up a bit, and we may as well raise military spending in preparation as well. We have our CB. But we can wait a little while before we actually transport our troops up, just for 1 more month, I think. Alright, I think that will do. So, let's see, 5 brigades here. Only 4 transports, unfortunately. We'll leave one of the hussars at home for the moment. Hopefully these 4 are going to be enough to actually fight the army of Egypt. I have to assume that that will be the case since we should outclass them technologically. And let's get our war declared. We are going to take Sinai first, I think. We could also call our allies in for an easy win, but I don't think that's necessary. War between Sardinia and Egypt. Yes, we just declared it. Plus 2.5 prestige there. That's a relatively small gain, but we should hopefully get at least one more invention from there. You know, 2% chance for realist music, which would give us 3, and a 3% chance for literature, which would give us 5. Alright, let's get our troops landed. So we are occupying pretty slowly. I guess we'll use our transports to take the rest of our troops from down here up there. But we are going to have to wait for the rest of this war for the next episode because we are out of time here. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.